Hi, I'm CA Aditi Chaturvedi, a finance trainer at Kaplan Professional Middle East. Today we are discussing some revision tips with respect to AA, auditing paper that you really need revision tips for. A lot of students come back to me asking, how do we remember audit? There's so much to remember. You can't remember audit, guys. You have to understand audit, which is very important because there are so many different types of audit which is going to be there in your syllabus. How do you remember each type of audit? What you do is you understand how do you audit. You understand a business and it will always be easy to audit. One important tip is to understand rather than trying to mug up audit. Second important tip, do not write general answers. I tell this to all my students. An answer in audit, which is we are very used to it, right? What we do is we always write general points. Check the internal control system, check the vouchers, check the invoices, and those common points which will fit in whatever the question is. You might be having those points given by your trainer or by your friend that if you write these points, it will always work. But those points only will never work. If you've seen exam focus part in your books, if you've seen the examiner's comments, then those things do not work. Writing common points in all the answers. Such an answer that whatever be the question, my answer will be correct. That general answer. So if it is a textile company, I change it and make it a pharmaceutical company, your answer remains correct. Because you wrote internal control, you wrote check the invoices, you wrote check the licenses. That's all you wrote. These points, if you have written such an answer which is correct, irrespective of the question, that actually is the wrong answer. Because that answer is written by everybody. And if everybody is given marks for that, that's not fair, right? So your answer has to be very specific to the question. Okay, so when you're writing pharmaceutical company, write it in such a way that if I change the question from pharmaceutical to textile, your answer should go wrong. And that is the correct answer. This is tip number 2, that write your answers very specific. Okay, tip number 3. The more you plan audit, the better you can get. So you have to see how does the paper work. So if you know there is section B, there are 6 parts of your syllabus, out of which planning and risk assessment, internal control and audit evidence. These 3 comprise for section B. These have to be studied really well. Obviously everything is to be studied well, but you have to do an analysis of what is asked more, what is asked lesser, what is asked in a wide variety. And like for example, risk assessment, you will have similar questions each time. It comes each time, but the questions are quite similar. So what covers a lot of my syllabus and what is more specific, it gets repeated. Understand that and then study in the order of weightage that is given in the paper. And if you study it that way and plan it that way, you will end up scoring much more than any other student. So all the very best, plan well, study well, good luck.